So here what we are observing, that higher the price, higher will be supply. Okay, how? For example, this is table, price 10 and quantity supplied 200. Okay, look at this very keenly, curiously, then you can understand. I have to raise price 12. Okay, when the seller knows that the price is increased in the market, definitely he is going to increase his supply. Why? Because he wants to gain something from that increased supply. So 200 to 300 he is going to supply due to this increase in price. It means in law of supply we only discussing that increase we study only this increase and nothing else. We want to know here in this table increase in supply, increase in quantity only, and nothing else. Look at this. That's why this is known as qualitative. This increase, these two arrows, these are known as qualitative in nature. Qualitative in qualitative. This is known as qualitative in nature. Because we have to study only increase and nothing else. But look at this now here. What we are going to study, elasticity. Why this concept came into existence? When we know that there is a law of supply. So why we are going to study this elasticity of supply? This is due to this. Look at this. If I'm going to tell you that with this increase, how much, when we are discussing, when we are asking, how much, the question raised how much. If increase, how much? How much increase? Look at this, how much increase? 10 to original price. Look at here. Look at this table. We are going to study through this table. We are going to grasp this here, this concept through this table. Look at this. 10 is original price. Okay. 10 to 12. How much change happens? In law of supply, we don't know about this change. But due to this elastic supply, we are going to study how much change happens due to this change in increase in supply or increase in price. This is 10 to 12. 10 to 12. 12 minus is equal to 2. It means 2 is change in price. Change in price. Now watch this, carefully. Original supply 200. Look at this. Now change in, what is change? 100. Change in supply, this is 100. Look at this. Now we know the formula, elasticity formula. What is that? Change in supply due to change in price, okay, into price, original price divided by original supply. This is formula for, to look at this elasticity of supply. Look at now, put these terms into this formula. How? Change in supply. What is change in supply? 100. Change in price. What is change in price? 2 into original price 10. What is original supply 200. Now just destroy these terms with 5 upon 2. Now divide this. This is 2.5. It means this is, price elasticity of supply. This is more than 1. So how we can study this? Here, through these things, you can come to know another thing that is called quantity in nature. Quantity in nature. Here, quality. You have studied here quality. Here, study you quality. Here, you study quantity. This is the difference. That is why this elasticity of supply has come into existence. So now, what is this price elasticity of supply? So that's why we are going to study this concept. Look at this. Now study this. What is price elasticity? This was elasticity of supply. Now we have to study price elasticity of supply. So here we can observe that what is this price elasticity of supply. Elasticity of supply measures the degree of responsiveness of supply to the commodity of change in its price. Simply आप देखो याद रखो, मैंने आपको elasticity of demand में पढ़ाया। प्राइस की वजह से सप्लाई में कितनी चेंज आएगी उसको हम बोलेंगे प्राइस या इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ सप्लाई, प्राइस इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ सप्लाई। ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। फॉर एग्जांपल मुझे एक बार बताओ, मैं नमक की प्राइस चेंज करूंगा, कुछ इंपैक्ट होगा? वेरी लेस। आप कितनी भी प्राइस चेंज कर लो, वो तो मुझे खाना ही खाना है नमक, यही है। लेकिन अगर मैंने एसी है ना, एयर कंडीशनर, if I have to change price of that AC, it means the buyer is going to respond. Seller is going to give its response, drastically. So that's why this concept come into existence. अगर एसी की प्राइस मैंने 1000 रुपये का था, मैंने 15,000 का कर दिया, आप जरा सोचो उस चेंज की वजह से कितनी सप्लाई चेंज होगी? ज्यादा ही होगी ना, क्योंकि प्राइस हाई है। अगर मैंने फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपने या सिंपली याद रखना, अगर मैंने प्राइस को कितने 20, हमें परसेंटेज दी थी, यहाँ लिखा है पहले परसेंटेज चेंज इन प्राइस ड्यू टू परसेंटेज चेंज इन सप्लाई ड्यू टू परसेंटेज चेंज इन प्राइस। परसेंटेज याद रखना। प्राइस मैंने एसी का प्राइस कितना था, मतलब मैंने 20% इंक्रीज कर दिया ना, इट मीन सप्लाई जो है वो 50% इंक्रीज होगी सप्लाई। इट मीन्स इसकी वजह से जो है ना, इस प्राइस इंक्रीज की वजह से ये सप्लाई ज्यादा इंक्रीज होगी ना, तो इसको हम बोलेंगे मोर देन इलास्टिक, मोर देन 1। तो नाउ वी हैव टू स्टडी डिग्रीज ऑफ प्राइस इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड। Okay, this is old concept. We have studied it very well in price elasticity of demand. There are 5 degrees of price elasticity of demand. Now same we have to study here, but here we have to study in point of seller, in point of view of seller, not consumer. Now I am seller here. Okay, so how we are going to still look at this degrees of price elasticity of supply. Okay, number 1, we are studying that anything, for example this is quantity, this is price, दिस सप्लाई फॉर क्वांटिटी सप्लाई। हियर यू कैन इमेजिन सकते हो आप कितनी भी प्राइस चेंज कर लो, डिक्रीज कर लो या इंक्रीज कर लो, देयर इज नो nothing is going to quantity demand. Quantity demand will available at you increase or decrease. So there is nothing is going to impact on this quantity. कुछ भी इस क्वांटिटी पर सप्लाई पर कोई इंपैक्ट नहीं पड़ेगा, आप कुछ भी प्राइस की इंक्रीज करो या डिक्रीज करो। फॉर एग्जांपल रेयर कोइन है ना, इसकी आप क्या सप्लाई इंक्रीज करोगे, इंक्रीज करो प्राइस या डिक्रीज करो, इसका कोई इसके साथ इंपैक्ट नहीं पड़ेगा। ठीक हो गया। दूसरा है यूनिटरी इलास्टिसिटी। यूनिटरी इलास्टिसिटी, इलास्टिसिटी क्या है वो? Equal change in price, equal change due to when there will be increase in price, it will impact on equal change in quantity supply. How? Look at this. This is quantity, this is price. This is at Q0. If price is going to increase 20%, how much? 20%. It definitely it will also increase 20% quantity supplied. Look at this supply. This is जब प्राइस की चेंज होने की वजह से इक्वली चेंज हुआ किसमें? क्वांटिटी सप्लाई में, तो हम बोलेंगे इक्वल यूनिटरी इलास्टिसिटी। ओके, ये हो गया यूनिटरी इलास्टिसिटी। अब है लेस देन 1 और लेस इलास्टिसिटी। लेस इलास्टिसिटी, इलास्टिसिटी कैसे हो सकता है? इट मींस प्राइस में क्या होगा? चेंज ज्यादा होगा, लेकिन उस चेंज की वजह से क्वांटिटी सप्लाई कम होगी। फॉर एग्जाम्पल लुक एट दिस, this is P, this is supply, price is here. Look at this, this is Q0, quantity is here. There is drastic change in price, decline in price. Look at this, 30%, 30% decline in price, P1. But the quantity supplied change but minimal. How? Look at this, decline 10%. It means due to this change in price, the supply change but very limited. This is known as less than 1. If the same concept, if we are going to study more now, more elasticity of supply, how we are going to study that? What is that? more than 1 कैसे आएगा? इसको हम more than 1 भी बोल सकते हैं। और कैसे? सिंपल बात है, सप्लाई ऑफ जो है वो ज्यादा होगी due to increase in price, a little bit increase in price. How? Look at this, this is supply, price is Q is Q1. Okay, the price declines 20%. Look at this, okay, declines, but the supply declines very much, 30%. It means price is P1, P0, Q1. Look, you can study, for example, अगर हमें यहां पर जोर देना सप्लाई पर, लेस देन 1 होगा तो सप्लाई कम होगी, मोर देन वन होगा तो सप्लाई ज्यादा होगी, प्राइस की चेंज होने की वजह से। ओके, नाउ वी हैव टू स्टडी perfectly elasticity, perfectly elasticity, another last concept. Perfectly elasticity. How we are going to study this? Look at this. This is quantity, this is price. Okay, price is fixed here. So whatever change will bring in the price, the quantity, only quantity will uh, change, but infinitely. How? Look at this. The supply this at this Q0, but there is a little bit minor change happen in this price. Now you can imagine that this is supply 1. Look at this. Whatever change you will bring in the price, there is nothing is going to happen in this price, but only quantity supplied will increase or decrease infinitely. This is a very important concept here in this. So these are the degrees of price elasticity supply. So now we are going to study methods how we will measure this price elasticity of supply.